Welcome to our presentation. I'm Hamza, who will speak about Kim trip to Syria and my experience as a Syrian living in Damascus.
Thank you. So my name is Kim. I traveled through Syria in 2008, in March and in April. And this is me in Palmyra.
And that's me holding the Dutch flag during the World Cup in 2014. My nickname was the Dutch boy because I'm looking like Dutch people, Caucasian. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. So when I was 6 year old and in school, the teacher told me, "You so handsome. You should go to Netherlands. You're not belong here." So since that day, my nickname was Dutch boy. Hollandi. Holland.
Hamza lived in Damascus, and Damascus also was the first place I visited, so it was my first stop. And on one of the first days, we went up to a mountain,
Passion Mountain, Jabal Passion.
and I took this picture. And it now turns out that Hamza's neighborhood is in my picture. You can point.
This is my neighborhood, call it Sahia, and it's extended from this point to the top of the mountain. So you have fancy houses and also poor houses, randomly.
I like Damascus a lot. I was really surprised that I felt at home. And I have just a couple of pictures. So, of course, we don't have enough time, but just a couple of pictures to show what Damascus is like. In the old city, there are a lot of doors like these, really decorated with a lot of tiles and painted tiles and different color stone. And everywhere around Damascus, you can find little shops, like this guy's shops, and people selling stuff on the street. For instance, nuts or bread or all kinds of things.
It's always fresh.
Always
Fresh
fresh.
product.
And in Damascus, I went to this city palace, which is in the center of the old town, and I liked it a lot because it was really quiet and cool, whereas the rest of the old town was pretty hectic and, and crowded. Here you see Al-Hamadiya Souk, a place I liked a lot, and that we have visited a couple of times. And there are a lot of shops and a lot of people, and people like this person whom I thought was selling coffee, but I was wrong.
It's very traditional seller in the market. You sell syrups in summertime. It's very cold, and you can also taste the syrups in that table outside. Yeah. Across the hall, yeah.
My favorite shop in Al-Hamadiya Souk, you might, maybe if you have ever been there, you know it, it's Al-Bagdash, and they sell the best ice cream I ever had. Really, it was the best ice cream I ever tasted. And the place was crowded with a lot of people all eating this really nice ice cream.
I will talk about this ice cream. It's handmade ice cream. So they put all the ingredients in power, very cold power, and they smash it all day long to be prepared, and you can eat it directly.
And it's really tasty, and it has a really special structure, special texture, so yeah, it's really, really nice. The Al-Hamadiya Souk is very crowded and busy and buzzing with a lot of noise. And next to Al-Hamadiya Souk is the Al-Hamadiya Mosque, which is really tranquil and a very quiet place. We went there, and after going to the putting on women's clothes room, you were allowed to enter. And there are a lot of towers like this one, a big courtyard, and around the courtyard is the mosque. That's me visiting the mosque. And on the inside, it's well, there are beautiful tapestries and people praying, people sitting. It's very nicely decorated, as you can see. Did you ever visit the mosque?
Of course.
Of course.
Right there because I'm proud. I'm Syrian and I'm Muslim also, so I had right there, and it's very traditional to go to the center of Damascus, visit the Souk al-Hamidiyya, and pray there in the Umayyad Mosque.
If you know Damascus, you probably know this street, and the hotel that I stayed in was on this street, and close to this square, and Hamzah knows the news.
Okay, about the street, it's it's famous street. The name of the street is a Revolution Street, and that's before the war. He has the name of that. And he's near the center of Damascus. This roundabout is the center of Damascus, called Al-Marja Square. Okay, and it's also near to the old Damascus.
As I told you, I traveled all around Syria, so we went all the way up to the north, to Aleppo, and all the way down to the south, to Bosra, so we spent a lot of time on the road. So here are a couple of pictures that I took driving around in Syria. These women in the truck, we don't have that in Holland, but it looks really cozy. As this picture does too. I've never been on a motorcycle with my father like this, and I really missed out on something. Yeah.
Sorry. Here in Netherlands, we saw a lot of families riding one bike. Yeah.
It's the same.
It's the same.
And the last picture on the left, on the bottom, was at a gas station where we had to stop to get gas. There was a really, really long queue and a lot of men shouting. And our bus driver decided to skip the queue and to get in front of the line, which caused more men to shout even louder. And so there was a lot of chaos going on, but it was a very interesting experience.
I want to explain about the chaos at the gas station. Because, sometimes they're short in fuel in the gas station, so she had a bad luck when she was in Syria.
And we have a lot of gas in our country.
Oh yeah, that's you.
So sometimes when I get bored and I want to do something, escape from my life, I go take it round with my car and all over Damascus. And this is a major square in Damascus, called Al-Amawiyyin. You can see the buildings of Syrian National TV and the Syrian Library and the leadership of the Syrian army also there. Sorry?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you can see the four seasons like Netherlands. You can see winter, summer, and spring in the same day, just hours separated. So that's photo I had when it's raining, but it's very warm, and you can see the rainbow showing up.
Yeah.
And this is an old train station. It's not for trains anymore, just for visiting a museum for trains. Yeah, near the center of Damascus.
Yeah, Tamer's hometown is Hama. And we visited Hama and I liked it a lot. And all around Hama you have, I believe, 17 of these aqueducts and water wheels, which date back to the Byzantine era, or maybe it's even older, the Roman era. And these water wheels are used to carry the water from the river up to the aqueduct, and then the water is used for irrigation. And these water wheels can reach up to 20 meters. And that's me. So as you can see, this is a very, very high water wheel. It's one of the, I think it was the highest that we visited. And what I liked about the water wheels is that, of course, the wood is not from the Roman era. And as you can see in this last picture on the right, and you see old wood and new wood. So the water wheels are maintained.
Wow. It's mine.
Yeah, it's you. After Hama, we traveled on to Homs, and close to Homs there's this Crusaders castle. To us it was called Lac de Chevalier, but Hamzah knows it in another name.
طلعت الحصن.
Yeah.
It was too hard for us to pronounce, so they called it Lac de Chevalier, and it could hold up to 2,000 horses, and a lot of soldiers could live inside. And as you can see, it's up on a hill, and it's a very strong Crusaders castle. It has an inner and an outer wall, so it's very, very strong, and it's very hard to capture. And I was really surprised to see that on the outside it looks really strong, but on the inside it was very friendly. It had frescoes, it had sculptures, and really nice windows. So I was really surprised to see that on the inside it looked so friendly. On the day that we visited the castle, it was very crowded. There were a lot of school children going there with a school trip, and some of them who could speak a little English, they talked to us, asking us where we were from and where we were going in Syria, so that was really nice. And Hamzah, you like that too?
When I was 15 years old, I went to this castle with my friends, a school trip, and it was raining that day. It's heavy raining that day, so me and my friends, we went down to crypts and passages under the castle itself, and we played hide and seek there. And we discovered all of the cells where they putting prisoners there and tortured them, and you can see the methods of torture underground.
That was not very friendly. Well, the weather in Syria can be really hard. I was there in March and April. I was pretty okay, but in the spring. But in the summer it can really heat up, and in the desert it gets really warm. But Hamzah also has other experiences.
Yeah, so each 4 or 5 years we have heavy snow in winter, and it will be very good chance to skip from school, from college, from work, and go and play in the snow with your families and relatives. So you can see all the children go out with their parents, play there, and forget everything about school and college. Those photos from my backyard, home backyard, so to see how the snow was heavy.
We went on to Aleppo. There's so much to show, but not enough time. This is the citadel, which is the oldest and the largest castle in the world. And as you can see, it was pretty crowded on that day, a lot of people. But since it's such a large castle, we didn't bother each other at all. Aleppo at night really was stunning, really beautiful city. And the souk.
Al-Madina.
Thank you.
It's the same of Souk al-Hamadiyya, the same style, the same era, and you can find every product you want there: textile, makeup, wedding dresses.
Even animals.
And about these wedding dresses, what I found really interesting is that you can buy wedding dresses wherever you want. Really, in every souk that you enter, you can buy a wedding dress. So it's really easy to get married in Syria. There were wedding dresses.
No,
there.
it's the next day. You know?
We traveled on to Palmyra. which is used to be along the Silk Road, and it's a trade caravan city. It used to be a trade caravan city. And Palmyra was beautiful. We got up at 5 o'clock to see the sunrise, and yeah, the sunlight, the sun rising really made it, well, look even more prettier. This is the main road of Palmyra, and this is one of the tombs, one of the grave tombs just outside of the city. And this is a large, very, very large temple in Palmyra. After Palmyra, our last stop was in Bosra, and Bosra has a theater. We visited a couple of theaters, but this one really was special to me because it's made out of black stone, black basalt. And on the stage, as you can see, there are columns, and they're in white stone, so that's very special, and it's huge. I'm sitting over there, trying to comprehend what I'm looking at, and really, it was very, very beautiful. Just some touristy stuff, and well, fruit juice that you can buy. And oh, maybe you've ever tasted one of these sweets. It's quite like baklava, but less sweet, and I like it better. And this woman was so friendly. She invited us to have coffee with her and her family. So it was really nice. And this is the way they make the same sweets. They display the same sweets, and it was in Damascus.
Those desserts are so famous when everybody knows Ramadan, maybe, and we celebrate and eat after Ramadan when finished, so people can eat and live like normal people, eat everything. So we celebrate at the days, Eid days, and we eat this desserts and sweets. And we go outside to celebrate. We will went to restaurants, go outside with families, relatives. Children go to big swings, play there, spend time to celebrate and eat. So that is the name. Okay. You know, now it's war in Syria, and some cities are ground zero now. And that is very sad. But we hope someday that will finish everything, and we can go back. I will go back to Syria to rebuild my country back, and after that maybe my friend Kim.
I will.
Yeah, come and visit me.
I will surely come and visit you.
I hope so. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.